yes, I am going live randomly again. I don't care. I was going to do emo makeup. I'm too tired. I snuck out last night. I'm too tired to do anything right now. So I'm going to be drawing Ticci Toby in my art style. Fuck. I need a reference of him. Oh no, my iPad's... Oh, I have a Switch. I forgot. These are my glasses. I will not be wearing them because I feel too fucking weird to wear them. This is how you know I'm fucking tired. Guys, how you know if I'm mentally unstable or tired as fuck is if I just like am ranting about shit or something. I always rant. Never mind. I'm just a fucking autism. Even my boyfriend calls me an autism. I'm trying to lay on my desk right now for like a second. So like, we're going to move the camera to here so you can see me better and see the fucking mask that's right there. Because why not? Where's my tail? Oh, I hung it up. Okay. Okay. I stole these from my brother. I stole it. These are my brothers. I stole them. They're really cool. I like them. I like them, and I'm a have them forever. I'm literally just trying to. Guess what, guys? Cock heel. Oh yeah, someone liked it. Wait, what? Just wait, what? Hello. I want to be drawing Ticci Toby. Oh. I found the burnt paper. I thought we threw that out my window. Oh no. Oh, the very no. Oh, the very no. The very no. Okay. That's up there now. That's up there now. Oh. Okay, good for you. That. Let's just go there. Move these fucking rocks. Ah, fuck me. Don't actually, please. Okay. That's it. I need my sketch pad. But which one? Well, actually, that's not there. Okay, so we have these sketch pads. I have just paper. Just paper. And spray paint. I'm joking. I don't spray paint. I swear, guys. I swear. I'm joking. I spray paint. Oh, I forgot I had these. Oh, Jesus Christ. That ruined like everything. Get your asses in there. Thank you. Okay. Got paper. I don't have a pencil. See? These are really fine. These are really good markers, so I'm gonna use them. They're fine liners, so, I need to move my camera more back, but my Switch is there, and I can't put it anywhere else. I could put it on the floor. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on the floor, because, like, my phone needs a better place to stand, so you guys want to look up for a little second. Sorry, flashbang, boom. Light in the fucking darkness, bitches. Unplug the switch, throw that down, Jesus Christ. Take the block out, because I will be needing my Switch for reasons. So, this is a fish tank. Don't mind it. Please don't. Please work. Oh, thanks to fucking God. Okay, I just need to pull up a fucking thing of Ticci Toby, because I know what he looks like, but I don't know. I'm gonna put my fan in the window, so, yeah. Guys, come watch me draw Ticci Toby, man. Like, he's slay. He's slay, man. Fucker. There's a child. I saw a child. Guys, I saw a child. My neighbors have a child. I want to eat it. I'm not a cannibal, I swear. I think I'm mentally unstable. So, whoopee. Whoopee. Yeah, boy. What the I'm sorry, I need to watch that. Jeff. Okay. I just want to search up, like, Ticci Toby on YouTube, because, like, there's nothing else on this damn Switch, so. Johnny Gilbert. Oh, God. E-R-E. Creepypasta. Just search creepypasta and you'll get shit, man. Roses are red, violets are blue. No, what? No, I was going to search. No, I want to search. Search. We are going to search Ticci Toby story. Yep. Why is it just a C? I didn't click on any video. Motherfucker. That C is still there. I need Ticci Toby. Ticci Toby. Nope. Toby. Store. Where's one fucking shirt? Guys, my Switch hates me. Oh no. Jesus. 1 second.
popping it there right now because I don't want it to like be forgotten and it goes to Value Village. I want to see what I will still find you a better violin.
You could buy. Well, I could just put that Virginia from the strings. Nice to have extra strings.
We'll just.
We can't sell it.
We'll just put it.
Oh my god, guys, I am so sorry. I was gone for a while. I'm so very, very sorry. My mom made me do something. Didn't like it. Ticci Toby. I forgot I was watching that. Okay, well, while this plays, I'm going to have audio playing. So you'll hear the story about Ticci Toby and shit. And I'll get to look at what it looks like. So, win-win. Win-win. Shit. You know what I don't have? I don't have a pencil. It's always the goddamn pencil, man. I have so many pens, but no fucking pencils. Where did all my pencils go? Oh, they're all the way over there. I'm sorry. I am everywhere. I am so sorry, guys. This is not usual. I'm just very weird today. I'm not feeling the best, nor am I acting the best. I haven't made the best decisions in a fucking while, so yeah, that's gonna make. Where the fuck's the lead? Oh, brother, what? Brother, what? Brother, what? Brother, what? I can't find my lead. Oh, found it. I found it, guys. Are you proud of me? I'm joking. I should be proud of you guys. I'm great today, man. All the viewers that sent for me. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm just like, I'm not talking to you. Okay. Please, I need to see the Ticci Toby. I can get a bass drawing for him.
This video may contain offensive language and be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended.
No shit. That's why this is not made for kids, guys. This is why this is not made for kids.
The long road home seemed to go on and
Okay.
on.
Sir, I need you to move your
The
hand.
road continued to outstretch in front of the vehicle and
Whatever. You're gonna take forever,
The
so.
light that shone through the branches of the tall green trees danced across the windows in random patterns, every once in a while obnoxiously shining in your eyes. The surrounding was full of deep green trees forming a forest around the road. The only sound was the sound of the car's engine as it travelled down the path. It was peaceful and let off a serene feeling. Although the ride seemed like a nice one, it lacked every form of nice for both passengers. The middle-aged woman behind the steering wheel had neat short brown hair that fit her complexion quite well. She wore a green V-neck t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans. Diamond stud earrings decorated each of her ears, which partially showed from behind her haircut. She had deep green eyes, which were brought out by her shirt, and the lighting seemed to make them more noticeable. There wasn't much significant about her appearance. She just looked like any average mother that you would see on TV shows and such. But one thing for sure made her different from those average mothers, and that was the dark bags under her eyes. Her facial expression was gloomy and sad, although she genuinely looked like someone who smiled a lot. She would sniff every once in a while, and occasionally glance back in the rearview mirror to look back at her son in the back seat, who was hunched over partially, his arms held tight around his chest, and his head pressed against the cold window. The boy lacked any normal appearance. Anyone could blankly see that something was wrong with him. His messy brown hair went in every which way, and his pale, almost grey skin was brought out by the luminescent lighting. His eyes were dark, unlike his mother's, and he wore a light t-shirt and scrub pants that had been provided to him by the hospital. The clothes he had worn before were so shredded and blood-stained that they weren't wearable anymore. The right side of his face bared a few cuts along with his split eyebrow. His right arm was bandaged up all the way to his shoulder, which had been shredded when his right side had hit the shattered glass.
This is my first ever sketching Ticci Toby. Obviously, I will redo the goggles, because, like, goddamn, and his eyes. But, like, goddamn, that's actually very good for, like, me. for my age, for who the fuck I am, because I suck at drawing, guys. People know I love your art. I was like, what art? I've only posted like one or two. No, I posted one video of me doing drawing kit from the Lost Ones, which is just a personal project that I'm working on, because what the fuck. So yeah. Gotta readjust here. Makes his eyes a little bigger and shit. Still the same, because like that's my art style. Guys, my art style is cringe. I know. Fuck off. Go to hell. Don't actually go to hell, guys. I'm going to go there. Yeah, this is why I don't draw eyes so much. Brother, that. Oh, brother. Brother. Bro, he just doesn't even have a fucking body at this point. He's just a hood. The drawstrings, because he needs those, obviously, guys. He wouldn't be Ticci Toby without the drawstrings. He's just missing his one eye. It's fine, guys. I swear, he's fine. He's just a wee bit gay. Guys, if you know Ticci Toby, he's obviously a wee bit gay, because, like, it's canon. I'm joking, it's not canon. Actually, never mind. Him and Mesky are very canon. They're decently canon, but, like, kinda, not really. So I don't think I'm going to color this at all. I'm just going to like leave it like this. I'm just going to sketch him and be like, this is Ticci Toby. Yippee. We're going to keep his story going because I just need to look at his face and shit. So.
Painful, when really he couldn't feel a thing. He never could feel a thing. That was one of the glories about being him. One of the many challenges he had to face growing up was growing up with the rare disease that caused him to be completely numb towards pain.
Same.
Never
I
before had he
can't feel.
felt himself get hurt. He could have lost an arm and felt nothing.
Hello,
That,
people. I'm drawing
the
Ticci
mental
Toby,
disorder
and
he
we're going to
faced
listen to
was
his
the one that
story
deemed
because
him
it's
an
fucked up.
insulting nickname.
This is him so
In a
far.
short time he had attended grade school before he was moved
I
to
suck, I know.
homeschooling was his Tourette syndrome, which caused him to tick and twitch in ways he couldn't control. He would crack his neck uncontrollably and twitch every once in a while. The kids would tease him and call him Ticci Toby and mock him with exaggerated twitching and laughing. It got so bad he turned to homeschooling. It was too hard for him to be in a common learning environment with seemingly every kid poking or more like stabbing fun at him.
Bro, this story, I love Ticci Toby, guys. If you did not know that, I'm into creepypasta. If you don't like creepypasta, good for you. I do. I do.
Arm or foot would twitch. Every bump that the car tires hit made his stomach turn. Toby Rogers was the boy's name, and the last time Toby remembered riding in a car was when it crashed. That's all he thought about, unconsciously replaying everything he had remembered before he blacked out, over and over again. Toby had been the lucky one, when his sister hadn't been so lucky. When the thought of his older sister came, he couldn't help but let his eyes begin to tear up. The horrible memories replayed in his mind. Her screaming and being cut off when the front of the car was smashed. It all went blank for a moment before Toby opened his eyes to see his sister's body. Her forehead pierced with glass shards.
Okay, guys, this is getting violent. There's blood and gore talking. So, if you don't like it...
Torso pushed in from the late inflated airbag. This was the last thing he had seen of his dear older sister.
Oh, shit. I need an
The road
eraser.
trip continued on for what seemed like forever. It took so long to get home due to his mother wanting to avoid passing the site of the crash. When the surrounding gave into a familiar neighbourhood, they had both been more than ready to get out of the car and step back into their own home. It was an older neighbourhood, with quaint little houses all next to each other. The car drove in front of a little blue house with white window panes. They both quickly noticed the old vehicle that was parked in front of the house, and the familiar figure who stood out in the driveway. Toby felt automatic anger and frustration take over him at the sight of his father. His father wasn't there. His mother pulled up the car into the driveway beside him before turning off the engine and preparing to step out and face her husband.
Dude, this story is like really messed up.
Here, Toby said quietly as he looked back at his mother who reached to open the car door. He's your father, Toby. He's here because he wants to see you. His mother
Yay!
responded
I think
in
he's
monotone
Australian.
voice, trying to sound less shaken. Yet he couldn't have driven up to the hospital to see Lyra before she died. Toby narrowed his eyes out the window. He was drunk that night, honey. He couldn't drive. Yeah, when is he not? Toby pushed open the door before his mother and stumbled out onto the driveway, where he met his father's gaze before looking down at his feet with a stern expression. His mother stepped out behind him and met her husband's eyes before walking around to the car. His father opened up his arms, expecting a hug from his wife, but she walked past him and put her arm around Toby's shoulder and influenced him to begin walking inside. Connie, her husband began to say under a raspy voice. What? No welcome home hug, huh? She ignored her husband's obnoxious words and walked past him with her son under her arm. Hey, he's 16, he can walk himself. His father began to follow them in. He's 17. Connie glared back at him before opening the door to the house and stepping inside. Toby, why don't we get you in your room so you can rest, okay? I'll come get you when dinner is ready. Nah, I'm 16, I can walk myself, Toby said sarcastically and glared back at his father before stumbling up the small staircase and turning into his room, where he slammed the door violently. His little room didn't have much in it, just a small bed, a dresser, a window, and his walls had a few framed pictures of his family, back when they were a family. Before his father became an alcoholic and acted violently towards the rest of his family. Toby remembered when he was arguing with his mother, and he grabbed her by the hair and shoved her to the floor, and when Lyra tried to break it up, he pushed her, and she hit her back on the corner of the kitchen counter. Toby could never forgive him for what he did to his mother and his sister. Never. Toby didn't care how much his father beat him down. He couldn't feel it anyway.
That is too
What he
long.
did care about was how he intentionally hurt the only two people he cared about. And when he was waiting in the hospital, where his sister took her last few breaths, the only person who
We
didn't
got
rush
Toby!
her was his dad. Toby stood by the window and looked out onto the street. He could have sworn he saw things out of the corner of his eye, but quickly blamed it on the medication he had been put on. When dinner time had come around and his mother called up the room, Toby came down the stairs and hesitantly sat down at the table.
Okay, we got Toby. We drew Toby, guys. That was a lot faster than I expected, but like, look at him. Look at him. He's so goofy. I'm not going to color him, though, because that will make him look like shit. Should I draw Jeff? Oh, wait, no one's watching. Oops. Sorry. Sorry, motherfuckers. I'm sorry, me. I'm sorry. I'm going to finish playing this off because, it's 30 minutes long. Ooh. I am sorry that that's 30 minutes long. Sorry. Sorry, Toby. Dippy Toby. Dicky Toby in a nutshell. Favorite fucking show, man. Alright. We should do Jeff. Should I do Jeff? Because we have the Ticci Toby. I want to do Masky. I'ma do Masky. I don't care. Masky or hoodie. I don't care. Fuck. I'm doing another one. Oh, motherfucker. Scare me. I don't want Pepto-Bismol. Go away. I want a mirror. Jesus. Don't mind me being weak. You. No. Husker, ears, stay. You are a trouble child. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. So, Jeff, Masky, Hoodie. We're just gonna grab 3 for now. So, yeah. So, here's Toby. Here you have Ticci Toby, man. You're welcome. No one's watching. I know. I bet someone is watching this and viewing it and be like, that's really good. Sorry, there's just so much glitter on my desk. But yeah, there's a crap ton. Yeah. I spelled story so wrong. Yeah, because why is it giving... Sorry guys, that scared the shit out of me.
You can get more than just amazing, delicious pizza.
Yo, bro, I love Jeff the Killer.
Bites and more.
I love Jeff the Killers.
Welcome to the Waverhood.
The Wayfair vibe at our place.
God, it's 28 minutes.
This video may contain offensive language and be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended.
Yes, guys, viewer discretion is recommended. Even though I'm the one watching the video. But you guys are watching me draw them, so viewer discretion is advised.
Excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, the young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely
I know the
tells
story.
his story. I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. There, in the little ray of light escaping from between my curtains, were a pair of eyes. They weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black and just plain terrified me. That's when I saw his mouth, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair on my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled up a knife, aimed at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off me. That's when my dad rushed in. The man threw the knife and went into my dad's shoulder. The man likely would have finished him off if it wasn't for one of the neighbours who had alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out of it to see him vanish into the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes, and that psychotic smile. They will never leave my mind. Police are still on the lookout for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department.
No, it's funny, that's all a fake story, actually.
To a new neighbourhood. His dad had got a promotion at work, and they thought it'd be best to live in one of those fancy neighbourhoods. Jeff and his brother Lou couldn't complain though. A new better house, what was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbours came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you." Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son. She turns around and calls her son over. Billy, these are our new neighbours. Billy said
no.
hi and ran back to play in his yard. Well, I'm Margaret, said Jeff's mum, and this is my husband Peter, and my two sons, Jeff and Lou. They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family had done unpacking, Jeff went up to his mum. Mum, why would you invite us to some random kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. Jeff, said his mother, we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbours. Now we're going to that party, and that's final. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. It seemed like whenever his mum said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at his ceiling, when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it. It was just some random feeling. He heard his mother calling him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. The next day, Jeff walked down the stairs to get breakfast and to get ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain. But once again he dismissed it. As he and Lou finished breakfast and walked
Here's them
down
so
to the bus
far.
stop, they sat there waiting for the bus. And then, all of a sudden, some kid on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches away from their laps. They both jumped back in surprise. Hey, what the hell? The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicks his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seems to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well, well, well. It looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly 2 other kids appeared. One was super skinny and the other was huge. Well,
Oops.
since you're new here,
I'm
I'd
sorry,
like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over to the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you'd expect a sidekick to have. And here's Troy. They looked over to the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now for all the kids in this neighbourhood, there is a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Lou stood up, ready to punch the lights out of this kid's eyes, when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. I had hoped you'd be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Lou and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him.
As
and
you,
walked
I
up
can't
to
draw
the kid.
hands, so don't mind his hand, but like, yeah.
Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Keith and Troy rushed at Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed out at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He just punched Troy straight in the stomach, and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Lou could do nothing but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how do you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming, and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing, so they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Lou made it back to school, they didn't dare tell anyone what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Lou just thought of it as his brother beating up a few kids. But Jeff knew it was something more. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help but feel happy. He felt that strange feeling go away, and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home, due to the whole thing happening near the bus stop, and how now he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock on his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at the door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look.
Oops.
"Jeff, these officers tell me you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't
There
regular
you go.
fighting,
You got Jeff.
and that they were stabbed. Stabbed, son." Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mum, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Lou." "Son," said one of the officers, "we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses proving that you fled the scene. Now what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Lou had been attacked, but then there was no proof it was them who had not attacked first.
Okay, so we got
They
Jeff the
couldn't say
Killer,
that they
which I
weren't
probably
fled,
should
because truth
name
be
them.
told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or
almost named him Beef.
"Son, call down your brother." Jeff couldn't do it, since it was him who beat up all the kids. So, it was me. I was the one who beat up the kids. Lou tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me. The cop looked at his partner, and they both nodded. "Well, kid, looks like a year in juvie,"
Okay, so we got Jeffy,
Wait.
and we got Ticci.
said Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled their guns and locked them on Lou. "It was me. I beat up those little punks. I have the marks to prove it." He lifted up his sleeves to reveal cuts and bruises, as if he had been in a struggle. "Son, just put the knife down," said the officer. Lou held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Lou, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down
Anything
his
for a
face.
little bro, man. It's anything for a little bro.
Poor bro.
I'm gonna eat a
Trying
fruit snack
to take
now.
the blame for what I did. "Well, take me away." The police led Lou out to the patrol car. "Lou, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hands on his shoulders. "Jeff, please. You don't have to lie. We know it's Lou. You can stop." Jeff watched helplessly as the cop car speeds off with Lou inside.
It wasn't
Minutes later,
Lou.
Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. "Son, what is it?" Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break the bad news to him, as Jeff wept in the driveway. After an hour or so, Jeff walked back into the house, seeing that his parents were both shocked, sad, and disappointed. He couldn't look at them. He couldn't see how they thought of Lou when it was his fault. He just went to sleep, trying to get the whole thing off his mind. 2 days went by, with no word from Lou at the JDC. No friends to hang out with, nothing but sadness and guilt. This is until Saturday, when Jeff is woken up by his mother with a happy, sunshiny face. "Jeff, it's the day," she said as she opened up the curtains and let light flood into his room. "What? What's today?" groaned Jeff as he stirred awake. "Why, it's Billy's party today." He was now fully awake. "Mum, you're joking, right? You don't expect me to go to some kid's party after..." There was a long pause. "Jeff, we both know what happened. I think this party could be the thing that brightens up the past days. Now get dressed." Jeff's mother walked out of the room and downstairs to get ready herself. fought himself to get up. He picked out a random shirt and a pair of jeans and walked downstairs. He saw his mother and father all dressed up, his mother in a dress and his father in a suit. He thought to himself, why would they ever wear such fancy clothes to a kid's party? Jeff, is that really what you're going to wear? Said Jeff's mum. Better than wearing too much, he said. His mother pushed down the urge to yell at him and hit it with a smile. Now Jeff, we might be overdressed, but this is how you go if you want to make an impression, said his father. Jeff grunted and went back up to his room. I don't have any fancy clothes, he yelled downstairs. Just pick out something, called his
What
mother.
is
He looked around in his
Hoodie's
closet
real
for what
name?
he would call fancy.
Because Masky is
He
Tim
found a pair
Wright.
of black dress pants
Hoodie,
he
I
had
forgot
for
hoodies.
special occasions and an undershirt. He couldn't find a shirt to go with it though. He looked around and only found striped, patterned shirts,
Hoodie.
none of which go with dress pants. Finally, he found a white hoodie and put it on. You're wearing that? They both said. His mother looked at her watch. Oh, no time to change, let's just go, she said as she herded Jeff and his father out the door. They crossed the street over to Barbara and Billy's house. They knocked on the door, and at it appeared Barbara, just like his parents, way overdressed. As they walked inside, all Jeff could see were adults, no kids. The kids are out in the yard, Jeff. How about you go and meet some of them, said Barbara. Jeff walked
Fuck the
outside
kids.
to a yard full of kids. They were running around in weird cowboy costumes and shooting each other with plastic guns. Might as well be standing at Toys R Us. Suddenly a kid came up to him and handed him a toy gun and hat. Hey, wanna play? He said. No kid. I'm way too old for this stuff. The kid looked at him with that weird puppy dog face. Please? Said the kid. Fine, said Jeff. He put on the hat and started to pretend to shoot the kids. At first he thought it was totally ridiculous, but then he started to actually have fun. It might not have been super cool, but it was the first time he had done something that had taken his mind off of Blue. So he played with the kids
My
for a
dog's
while,
fell asleep.
until he
Oh,
heard a
but
noise, a weird rolling noise. Then it hit him. Randy, Troy and Keith all jumped over the fence on their skateboards. Jeff dropped the fake gun and ripped off the hat. Randy looked at Jeff with a burning hatred. Hello, Jeff, is it? He said. We have some unfinished business. Jeff saw his bruised nose. I think we're even. I beat the crap out of you, and you got my brother sent to JDC. Randy got an angry look in his eyes.
I could see the transition.
Leafwood is
I
asleep.
felt. I had
He's
to sit back
asleep.
and
I don't
ask
like it.
myself,
Oh, I
am
was trying to
gonna
stay quiet the entire
decline?
time.
Oh no, I don't go for even. I go for winning. You may have kicked our asses that one day, but not today. As he said that, Randy rushed at Jeff. They both fell to the ground. Randy punched Jeff in the nose and Jeff grabbed him by the ears and headbutted him.
Oh, fuck.
Jeff pushed Randy off of him, and they both rose to their feet. Kids were screaming and parents were running out of the house. Troy and Keith both pulled guns out of their pockets. No one interrupts us or guts will fly, they said. Randy pulled a knife on Jeff and stabbed him in the shoulder. Jeff screamed and fell to his knees. Randy started kicking him in the
Hi.
face.
I'm not getting fucked, I swear. I'm
After
just like
3
going back and
kicks,
forth on my
Jeff
feet.
grabbed his foot and twisted it, causing Randy to fall on the ground. Jeff stood up and walked towards the back door. Troy grabbed him. Need
Fucker.
some help? He picks Jeff up by the back of the collar and throws him through the patio door. As Jeff tries to stand, he is kicked down to the ground. Randy repeatedly starts kicking Jeff until he starts coughing up blood. Come on, Jeff, fight me. He picks Jeff up and throws him into the kitchen. Randy sees a bottle of vodka on the counter and smashes the glass over Jeff's head. Fight! He throws Jeff back into the living room. Come on, Jeff.
I just want one of my boyfriend's pills.
Jeff glances up, his face riddled with blood.
Oh no.
I was the one who got your brother sent to JDC. And now you're just going to sit here and let him rot in there for a whole year? You should be ashamed. Jeff starts to get up. Oh, finally, you stand and fight. Jeff is now on his feet, blood and vodka on his face. Once again he gets that strange feeling, the one he hasn't felt for some time now. "Finally he's up," says Randy as he runs at Jeff. That's when it happens. Something inside of Jeff snaps. His psyche is destroyed. All rational thinking is gone. All he can do is kill. He grabs Randy and pile drives him to the ground. He gets on top of him and punches him straight in the heart. The punch causes Randy's heart to stop. As Randy gasps for breath, Jeff hammers down on him, punch after punch, blood gushing from Randy's body, until he takes one final breath and dies. Everyone is looking at Jeff now. The parents, the crying kids, even Troy and Keith, although they easily break from their gaze and point their guns at Jeff. Jeff sees the guns trained on him and runs for the stairs. As he runs, Troy and Keith let out fire on him. Each shot missing, Jeff runs up the stairs. He hears Troy and Keith follow up behind. As they let out their final rounds of bullets, Jeff ducks into the bathroom. He grabs a towel rack and rips it off the wall. Troy and Keith race in, knives ready. Troy swings his knife at Jeff, who backs away and bangs the towel rack into Troy's face. Troy goes down hard, and now all that's left is Keith. He is more agile than Troy though, and ducks when Jeff swings the towel rack. He dropped the knife and grabbed Jeff by the neck. He pushed him into the wall. A bottle of bleach fell down on top of him from the top shelf. It burned both of them, and they both started to scream. Jeff wiped his eyes as best as he could. He pulled back the towel rack and swung it straight into Keith's head. As he lay there bleeding to death, an ominous smile broke out on his face. "What's so funny?" asked Jeff. Keith pulled out a lighter and flicked it on. "What's funny," he said, "is that you're covered in bleach and alcohol." Jeff's eyes widened as Keith threw the lighter at him. As soon as the flame made contact with him, the flames ignited the alcohol in the vodka. While the alcohol burned him, the bleach bleached his skin. Jeff let out a terrible screech as he caught on fire. He tried to roll out the fire, but it was no use. The alcohol had made him a walking inferno. He ran down the hall and fell down the stairs. Everybody started screaming as they saw Jeff, now a man on fire, drop to the ground, nearly dead. The last thing Jeff saw was his mother and the other parents trying to extinguish the flames. That's when he passed out.
He's still
When
alive
Jeff
though.
woke, he had a cast wrapped around his face. He couldn't see anything, but he felt a cast on his shoulder and stitches all over his body. He tried to stand up, but he realised there was some tube in his arm. And when he tried to get up, it fell out, and a nurse rushed in. "I don't think you can get out of bed just yet," she said as she put him back in his bed and reinserted the tube. Jeff sat there, with no vision, no idea of what his surroundings were. Finally, after hours, he heard his mother. "Honey, are you okay?" she asked. Jeff couldn't answer though. His face was covered, and he was unable to speak. "Oh, honey, I have some great news. After all the witnesses told the police that Randy confessed to trying to attack you, they decided to let Lou go." This made Jeff almost bolt up, stopping halfway, remembering the tube coming out of his arm. "He'll be out by tomorrow, and then you two will be able to be together again." Jeff's mother hugs Jeff and says her goodbyes. The next couple of weeks were those where Jeff was visited by his family. Then came the day where his bandages were to be removed. His family were all there to see it, what he would look like. As the doctors unwrapped the bandages from Jeff's face, everyone was on the edge of their seats. They waited until the last bandage holding the cover over his face was almost removed. "Let's hope for the best," said the doctor. He quickly pulls the cloth, letting the rest fall from Jeff's face. Jeff's mother screams at the sight of his face. Lou and Jeff's dad stare awestruck. What happened to my face?" Jeff said. He rushed out of bed and ran to the bathroom. He looked in the mirror and saw the cause of the distress. His face. It's horrible. His lips were burnt to a deep shade of red. His face was turned into a purple-white colour, and his hair singed from brown to black. He slowly put his hand to his face. It had a sort of leathery feel to it now. He looked back at his family, then back at the mirror. "Jeff," said Lou, "it's not that bad." "Not that bad?" said Jeff. It's perfect. His family were equally surprised. Jeff started laughing uncontrollably. His parents noticed that his left eye and hand were twitching. Jeff? Are you okay?
He tweaking.
Okay? I've never felt more happy. Look at me. This face goes perfectly with me. He couldn't stop laughing. He was stroking his face, feeling it, looking at it in the mirror. What caused this? Well, you may recall that when Jeff was fighting Randy, something in his mind, his sanity snapped. Now he was left as a crazy killing machine. That is, his parents didn't know. Doctor, said Jeff's mum, is my son alright? You know,
He's mentally unstable.
in the head? Oh yes, this behaviour is typical for patients who have taken large amounts of painkillers. If this behaviour doesn't change in a few weeks, bring him back here and we'll give him a psychological test. Oh, thank you, Doctor. Jeff's mother went over to Jeff. Jeff, sweetie, it's time to go home. Jeff looks away from the mirror. His face still formed into a crazy smile. Okay, Mummy. Unsettled, his mother took him by the shoulder to get his clothes.
Brother,
This is what came in,
okay.
said the lady at the
Oh my god,
desk. Jeff's mum looked down to see the black dress pants and white hoodie her son had worn. Now they were cleaned of blood and stitched back together.
I'll give him a higher crotch to make him look less
helped him put
short.
his clothes on.
There, he's less short now.
Not knowing
He doesn't have a
this
penis.
was their final day of life.
Just happily says he doesn't have a penis.
Later that night, Jeff's mother woke to a sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded as if someone was crying. She slowly walked over to see what it was. When she looked into the bathroom, she saw a horrendous sight. Jeff had taken a knife and carved a smile into his cheeks.
Guys, gore warning. This is what I'm watching.
Jeff looked
This
over
is
to
they're
his mother.
coloring this. This is
I
handmade.
couldn't keep smiling, Mummy. It hurt after a while. Now I can smile forever. Jeff's mother noticed his eyes ringed in black. Jeff, your eyes. His eyes were seemingly never closing. I couldn't see my face. I got tired and my eyes started to close. I burned off the eyelids so I could forever see myself, my new face. Jeff's mother slowly started to back away, seeing that her son was going insane. What's wrong, Mummy? Aren't I beautiful? Yes, son, she said. Yes, you are. Let me go get Daddy so he can see your face. She ran into the room and shook Jeff's dad from his sleep. Honey, get the gun, we. She stopped as she saw Jeff in the doorway, holding a knife. Mummy, you lied. That's the last thing they would hear as Jeff rushes them with the knife, gutting both of them. His little brother Lou woke up, startled by some noise.
I thought Lou was the older one.
He didn't hear anything else, so he just
I'm
shut his
doing Lou
eyes and
next.
tried to go back
I don't
to
care. I
sleep.
have Masky here, but like we're going to
As he
do
was on the border
Masky and
of
Hoodie
slumber,
later. I need to
he
do
got the
Lou.
strangest feeling,
This man needs a brother.
as someone was watching him.
Ah, this is why I need to do clockwork. I'm not even doing
Before
Ben
Jeff's
Drown. Fuck
hand
Ben
covered
Drown.
his mouth,
Sorry for favors, Ben Drown.
he slowly raised the knife,
Jeez, don't come after my
ready to
soul.
plunge it into Lou.
Damn.
Lou thrashed here and there, trying to escape Jeff's grip.
God, why would you kill your brother?
Jeff said, just go to sleep.
And that's where his saying began. Let's see if I can find Lou from this. Eyelash Jack. I love Eyelash Jack, but I don't feel like doing it. It's giving me everything. Top 5 creepypasta. What the fuck? The fuck do that mean? The fuck do that mean? Beep 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 beep. Don't mind me, just being a little autism. No! The voice crack. No!
There is a goddess in all of us, strong as a lion.
How the Guys, I broke my switch. Guys, I broke my switch. I broke my switch. Homicidal Lou. Oh, that is spelled very, very wrong. Stop clicking music videos! Dude, I want homicidal. Why? What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? Asshole. Yes, here's the Draw My Life. I love the Draw My Life. It's so fucked up. You guys are like,
Welcome to a new Draw My Life video. It all started one night. The night Jeffrey Woods, also known as Jeff the Killer, went completely crazy and killed his parents and his sweet brother, Lou Woods. Jeff became a soulless monster whose only desire was to kill. But
that's not what he looks
was
like.
Lou really dead after so many cuts and stab wounds? No. Jeff's brother survived this brutal attack. Full of rage, he made it through, eager to live. Then it all turned black and he passed out until the police found him, nearly dead, next to his already dead parents. Lou spent some months in a coma in the hospital after many transplants, surgery, and stitches, and one day he finally woke up. When he opened his eyes, he thought he saw an angel. It was Susan, the nurse in charge of taking care of him. She got really excited when she saw him. She'd been waiting for him to wake up for a long time. "Hi, I'm Susan. I hope you get well soon and wish you the best of luck," she whispered in his ear. Days went by and Susan was always there.
Oh wait, if you
taking
don't know,
care
I'm
of
doing
him with a
homicidal
smile on her
Lou.
face.
Guys, I
Lou
spelled his name
couldn't
wrong. I spelled the
stop
homicidal.
admiring her. He admired the
Oh
fact
no, I spelled
that
homicidal
though he wasn't
wrong.
able to talk or even move yet, she was always there for him without losing heart. This gave him the strength to keep on. Without a doubt, Lou was falling in love. What he didn't know was that the pretty nurse had fallen for him as well. After some days, the doctor went into his room and explained the surgery he was about to go through was very delicate, but he trusted him as he was a very strong boy. Then they moved him to the surgery room. The surgeon said, "Count to 10. Little by little, you will start falling asleep. And
I just
when you
passed out
wake up,
immediately.
you'll feel better than ever." Lou counted peacefully, but when he reached number 10, he still felt awake. He wanted to move, but he couldn't. It was as if his body had fallen asleep, but not him. Then he felt a cold knife lying on his chest. The knife started to cut and the pain was almost unbearable, and it didn't end. Each cut was more painful than the previous one. He couldn't help but remember Jeff cutting him once and again with his knife, saying, "Shh, don't worry, go to sleep." When he woke up, the first thing Lou saw was his angel, Susan, with a beautiful smile on her face. He felt so happy when he saw her that he was able to say, "Hey, Susan, I'm Lou. I hope we can go out together when I'm out of here." She started crying and excited and accepted without hesitating. Finally, the day came for Lou to recover 100%, and that same night he met Susan. It all went amazing. She was perfect for him. But Lou wasn't over the incident with his brother yet. He felt going back to his old house would help him move on. He was afraid to go on his own though, so he asked Susan if she'd go with him. "Of course, Lou. I'd do anything for you." When they got to the house, they found the door had been locked, probably by the police to avoid people breaking in. Together, they pushed it once, twice, 3 times, and the door opened with difficulty. A strong, musty, and rotten smell reigned in the house. It was all very dark until little by little the eyes of the couple got used to the darkness and were able to see the horror Jeff had caused. The bodies were gone. However, stains of blood were all around. The house had accumulated a fine and dense layer of dust. For Lou, it was like living again the day his crazy brother went back home. They went upstairs, and the closer they got to his room, the worse the scene was. They then got to his room's entrance, surrounded by a police cordon. Lou cut it in silence and opened the door. His room was the worst of all. There was blood everywhere, and on the wall at the end of the room they could read the sentence, "Go to sleep." When he read this, he froze. He suddenly fell onto the floor and started screaming. He couldn't forget each and every step from Jeff. Going back to the house had been a bad idea. Lou couldn't stop thinking about his brother. He heard him inside his head. Shh, go to sleep. Jeff, I'll see you in hell when we're both dead. Lou wanted to kill him, stab him over and over again. A strong thirst for death and revenge invaded his body. Lou, hun, are you okay? Asked Susan from the stairs. He grabbed a knife from the floor and ran to the door, and there was Susan with her angel face. He was so close to doing something stupid. What had happened to him in that room? He calmed down, and they both left the house together. Susan saw him trembling and scared. I'll take care of you today, she said with her beautiful smile. On their way home, a thief robbed them and stole Susan's purse, hurting her. A huge rage invaded Lou, and he felt like running after the thief. But it wasn't normal rage, no. It was a kind of rage that urged him to kill with his own hands. He wanted to do it with all his strength. He told Susan to go home. He grabbed the knife and he killed the thief, after stabbing him several times. Lou then realized his thirst for killing was real. He had gone crazy. He thought it wouldn't take long for him to kill again. Nobody would hurt Susan ever again. But he couldn't just go around killing everybody. He wasn't Jeff, so he decided to kill only bad people. Time went by and more people had been killed by Lou. He bought a leather suit so it'd be easier to clean it. He was sick of having blood stains on his clothes. It was a peaceful night, and he went out to a restaurant with Susan to celebrate their anniversary. Lou felt more in love than ever, so he made the most out of the date and asked her to marry him. Obviously, Susan said yes. It all seemed perfect, until on their way out, a damned soul came with a gun and shot him. Susan fell on the floor. The ambulance took too long, and Susan died. Full of rage, he turned against the doctor.
Why did I smile?
If they had been faster, maybe his angel could still be alive. He killed them all, but this didn't heal the pain the death of his loved one was causing. So he grabbed a surgical knife, and he kept the shape of a smile on his face, and then sewed it, so nobody would see he was really suffering inside. Then he sewed the
That's
name
why-
of Susan's death in his chest, next to his heart, so he'd never forget that this cruel world had taken from him the only thing he loved. From that moment on, Lou Woods is called Homicidal Lou, and he wanders around, killing all people who seems to be happy. If he can't be happy, then nobody should be.
Okay, so that was actually a really fast, and look how much I did on Lou, because I got distracted easily. I didn't even give him eyes. Give this motherfucker eyes. Give him some brows and shit. Okay, let's see. What else creepy? Okay, I'm going to go search for more. Ooh, look at that. It's 12 minutes long. What's the Oh, my friend just sent me something. Oh, Jesus, dude, what the fuck?
This video may contain offensive language or be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended.
I'm sorry, this motherfucker had a headache, and we were going to sneak out last night with him. But apparently he ain't got a headache, so...
Lou Woods was a good boy. He always did as told. He got good grades. He always tried to keep his younger brother out of trouble. And he had a passion.
They said he was the younger, and now in this one they're saying Jeff is younger. Who is younger? Because I always thought he was older than Jeff.
He had been,
Yes, because he...
but he had volunteered himself because he loved his brother too much to let Jeff go in his place. It had been a lonely, terrifying experience.
Now this is for the bad chicas only. And any chica can be bad. Our inheritance on me. Don't be mad that you can't control me. You think I care what you think? Huh, you don't know me.
That was annoying.
Now it had been weeks since Lou had been released from that horrible place, only to see his little brother in such a delicate state. He visited as often as he could after school. Jeff couldn't speak, but that didn't stop Lou from trying to keep his brother entertained. He told him about mundane things, like what he had for lunch, how he still hadn't made any friends. This one boy who kept calling him a prison reject, and how he was saving up to buy a new game for Jeff. All Lou could think about at school was his brother, stuck in that hospital.
Alright, we finished Lou. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's Lou. Jeff is the only one never mind, Toby. Toby is the one that I put detail into. Bye-bye. Go away. Shoo. Bye, Homestead Lou. These buttons hurt. How the fuck is it almost 1 o'clock? Okay, so that who EJ. Jack. Ex-Jeff the Killer! Brother, just, brother, That's too long. Okay, I found a good video. It's 19 minutes. Yes. Oh, it's that guy. Okay, so I found a good video. I'm going to go up because I need to get paper for him. Oh shit, I don't have my @ on this, motherfucker. Sorry about that. Wait, I just need my copyright shit. Me knowing this on the back of my hand. Okay. Sorry, Masky. Sorry, Hoodie. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, brother. People, when they say they simp for Eilish Jack me, brother. I'm just naming him EJ.
This video may contain offensive language or be frightening to some viewers. Viewer discretion is recommended. Before I jump into the story, I just want to quickly thank Lumi for helping me narrate this story. She narrates the female's perspective, and I'll be narrating Jack's perspective a little bit later in the story. So definitely go check out her channel. I'll leave a link in the video description if you want to see more of her work. And a big thank you again for helping me with this. Enjoy.
It's always drawstring hoodies.
I leaned against the wall, clutching my stomach, panting heavily and feeling numb all over. Blood was splattered all over me, and I'm pretty sure about a quarter it was my own. But I couldn't really focus on that. Right now, all I could think about was the limp figure lying on the ground in front of me, blood pooling around him. A knife lay on the ground next to his open hand, the glistening blade tinted with red. The same red on my shirt. My stomach lurched at the thought that it had come from me. Bloody, I choked, covering my mouth as tears formed in my eyes. Memories flashed by as I stared at his corpse, remembering his bright smile and deep horse-like laugh. He'd taken me in when I was a little kid, after my parents pretty much abandoned me. We lived alone in the mountains, miles away from other people with only a computer connecting us to the rest of the world. Even so, we were never lonely. We had each other, and I grew up happy and loved. He was supposed to be my guardian, my protector. And now he was dead. And he had tried to kill me. Vomit crept up the back of my throat. I didn't know whether to swallow it or just let it out. Why? Why had he tried to kill me? We'd had so much fun over the years. Not once did I ever see any signs indicating he didn't like me.
It's because he's a cannibal, okay? It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's a cannibal.
He loved me like his own daughter, and I loved him back like a father or uncle. All I could imagine was his warm, loving smile as I stared at his face, eyes glazed open, and his expression now permanently etched with pain. At this point, I can't hold the vomit back anymore, and I hunched over and puked. I couldn't understand. That morning he'd been so normal when he left for town to go on his weekly shopping trip. He'd even joked about buying me sexy underwear, even though I have no need for it. Why had he been covered in blood when he stumbled out of his pickup truck? Why had he swung that knife at me when I brought him inside to get first aid? Why had he kept looking at the basement?
He was
The
hungry.
basement.
My eyes darted over to the door behind his corpse, my breathing still heavy. I'd been in there a few times, but not often. It wasn't that I was forbidden to go there, I just didn't want to. He'd filled it with stuff about monsters and murderers and stuff. But he was a horror fanatic. Always had been. But he never could get me into it as much as him. He spent a lot of time down there, watching horror movies and stuff like that. But now that I thought about it, he'd been going down there more and more. Was that the reason? Had he become so obsessed with the serial killers in movies that he decided to become one? The thought was ridiculous. If being a horror fan was enough to become a killer, that stuff would have been illegal by now. But the body I knew wouldn't murder someone. He just wouldn't. Not a stranger, not an
That was
intruder,
so
and
fast.
especially not me.
Well, he's just really easy to fucking draw.
Wiping the
Yeah.
vomit from my mouth, I stumbled to my feet, using the wall for support. Sharp pain shot through my side where he'd stabbed me, but I didn't care. Slowly, I approached the door and grabbed the handle, taking a deep breath before I opened it and entered the dark abyss.
How long had it been since he had last seen the sky? How long since he had last been able to roam freely?
Okay, there's EJ.
Those were the questions on Jack's mind as he
Why are
sat
these all
in the
really kind of
corner
easy,
of the
though?
room,
Well, my art style is
arms
weird.
suspended above his head by
Sorry, I'm gonna
metal
pause you
shackles.
for a second. My art style is different, if you know what I mean. Cause like, here. Yeah, I don't want to go sideways. Focus. Yeah, so here's EJ, Homicidal Lou, Jeff, which has a whole body because I needed to get him with a whole body. Why is my camera? Thank you. Then we got Toby, which he is the OG. And if you don't mind me, I want to put these all back in order and how I drew them. So yeah, guys, my art style is a little bit weird. I may do a stream tomorrow when my friend leaves, because I don't know if they want to be on my YouTube stream because they're annoying. And yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. So I may draw a Masky or Tim, whatever you call him, or Hoodie tomorrow, because like I need to draw those two. There. Yeah, so I'm just going to power my Switch off real quick, and I'm going to get my desk set up again, because my friend's coming over in literally 2 hours. So I need to get my dress. There's so much fucking glitter in this. There's stuff in here that like I need to like plug in and shit, so yeah, sorry this is on my live stream, guys. I'm sorry I drew murderers. They're fine though, okay? Just like if you simp for them, subscribe. Simp for these people, subscribe, man. Subscribe. Subscribe to me if you simp for creep.